My name is Miss B, and welcome to Miss B's Bedtime Story Time. It's so good to see you. Happy Wednesday. We are right in the middle of our tea sandwich. We love that, right? All right. So, last night, we read part 1 of A Bad Case of Stripes by David Shannon. Today, we are going to read part 2. Yes. All right. So far, we met Camilla. Camilla loves Lima Beans, but she's a little embarrassed about it because people laugh at her for liking Lima Beans because apparently that's funny. I like Lima Beans. So, and one day she wakes up covered in stripes, rainbow stripes. And the doctors come and they can't figure it out, and then her stripes start turning into other things, like stars and stripes, like polka dots. And then she got looked at by so many doctors. No one could figure it out, right? She turned into a pill. Whew, things were not going good, right? So we left off when there was a whole news crew right outside her house. They were all saying, "Whoa, there is a girl inside who changes colors." They called it the bizarre case of the incredible changing kid. So let's see what happens next. The creams were swamped with all kinds of remedies, like medicine, things that could fix her. From psychologists, allergists, herbalists, nutritionists, psychics, an old medicine man, and a guru, and even a veterinarian. Those are all kind of types of doctors, right? And a veterinarian, what's that? It's an animal doctor. Each so-called cure only added to poor Camilla's strange appearance until it was hard to even recognize her. That is Camilla. Did you even recognize her? She does not look like this anymore, does she? She sprouted roots and berries and crystals and feathers and a long, furry tail. But nothing worked. One day, a woman who called herself an environmental therapist, which would be someone who takes care of nature and tries to help people fix their problems with nature. Close your eyes, she said. Breathe deeply and become one with your room. Can you breathe deeply? What do you think's going to happen? Do you see who's in that room? I wish you hadn't said that, Camilla groaned. And slowly, she started to melt into the walls of her room. Her bed became her mouth. Her nose was a dresser. And 2 paintings were her eyes. The therapist screamed, "Ah!" and ran from the house. "What are we going to do?" cried Mrs. Cream. "It just keeps getting worse and worse." She began to sob. What do you think they could do? How do you think they could possibly cure or make Camilla better? I bet that's a really good idea. At that moment, Mr. Cream heard a quiet little knock on the door. and there stood an old woman who was just as plump and sweet as a strawberry. "Oh, excuse me," she said brightly, "but I think I can help." Do you think this old lady's going to be able to help? She looks so nice. I really like her hat. It has a butterfly on it. She went into Camilla's room and looked around. "My goodness," she said with a shake of her head. "What we have here is a bad case of stripes. One of the worst I've ever seen." She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag. "Here," she said. "These might do the trick." "Are those magic beans?" asked Camilla. Asked Mrs. Cream. "Oh, my, no," replied the kind old woman. "There's no such thing. These are just plain old lima beans. I bet you'd like some, wouldn't you?" she asked Camilla. Camilla wanted a big, heaping plate full of lima beans more than just about anything, but she was still afraid to admit it. "Yuck," she said. "No one likes lima beans, especially me." "Oh dear," the old woman said sadly. "I guess I was wrong about you." She put the beans back in her bag and started towards the door. Camilla watched the old woman walk away. Those beans would taste so good, and being laughed at for eating them was nothing compared to what she'd been going through. So she finally couldn't stand it. "Wait," she cried. "The truth is, I really love lima beans." "I thought so," the old woman said with a smile. She took a handful of beans and popped them into Camilla's mouth. Said Camilla. Sorry, loves. Oof, that's a bright sun. Oof, there we go. Camilla really liked those. Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggly tails began to disappear. Then the whole room swirled around, and when it stopped, there stood Camilla, and everything was back to normal. "I'm cured," she shouted. "Yes," said the old woman. "I knew the real you was in there somewhere." She patted Camilla on the head. Then she went outside and vanished into the crowd. "There she is! She's all better! Hooray!" Those lima beans really did the trick, huh? Afterwards, Camilla wasn't quite the same. Some of the kids at school said she was weird, but she didn't care a bit. She ate all the lima beans she wanted, and she never had even a touch of stripes again. And look at that bow in her hair. What is it? It's a rainbow. So cool. Oh, did you like that story as much as I did? See, I told you it had a happy ending, right? All right, my friends. I had so many friends join me for the Zoom today, and it was so good to see you. Thank you for coming. And to my friends that didn't, we missed you, but we'll see you a different time, so that's okay. We talked about how today is Earth Day. It kind of snuck up on Miss B. I didn't even realize till this morning. So, instead of colors, I am going to teach you how to say Happy Earth Day in ASL. How cool is that, right? All right, so here is how you say it. The first word is happy, right? So you're gonna just take your hand and you're gonna kind of tap your chest in little circles. And this is happy. Maybe smile, because when you're happy, you smile, right? Just tapping it. All right, so that's happy. Next, is Earth. And Miss B likes to sign world instead of Earth, but I'm going to teach you Earth because it's Earth Day. So, you're going to take your thumb and you're going to take your middle finger and touch them together. Kind of like your, I don't know, a mouse's whiskers. And you're just going to kind of pinch your wrist like this and go back and forth. That's world. It's kind of tricky. So if you want to do, you could do world. But this is Earth. I'm sure you can do it, right? All right, so far we have happy, do it with me. Happy Earth. And then the last word is what? It's day, right? Day is super fun. Going to take your arm like this. Okay, there's a lot of things going on there. Take your arm like this. And then your other arm's going to go straight up. You have your finger just pointed. And kind of like a clock. Boop. You're going to move down, right? Boop. That's day. Kind of like the sun setting, right? Starts up in the sky and then it goes boop. Sunset. And that's day. All right, should we do it all together? We'll say happy Earth Day. Ready? Okay. Happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, friends. I love you so much. I hope you have a very happy night, and I will see you tomorrow. Sleep well.